Iowa at Penn State. Oh boy, oh boy. This offense. You're looking at the numbers. Oh my gosh. Well, I saw a funny tweet from Bud Elliott. He tweeted, he put out a poll. He's like, "Hey, which first down did you like more? The first one or the second one?" It's awesome. And like I mean, this I don't know if this validates Penn State's defense. I mean, Penn State's defense has been ridiculous this year. It has been. Abdul Carter's just an absolute monster weapon. Chop Robinson's been insane. Uh, but I mean, this Iowa, and they're down quite a few guys. Tight end down, right? You shut Eric Alto, right? But starting two running backs were gone. I mean, bro, this Iowa offense doesn't seem to have changed a lick. Brian Ferentz, his seat is just absolutely scorching, even though it's his dad's head coach. Like, and the thing is, though, it's like if his dad fires him, no one's hiring this dude. No one's hiring this. Maybe it's like an offensive senior analyst or whatever, but good Lord, this offense stinks. I'm so sorry, Cade McNamara. This is not in any way your fault at all. This is not your fault.
5 for 14, man. That is
But like,
terrible.
but it's like, how can you blame Cade, right? If it's been every single quarterback that comes into this offensive system struggles to do the same thing, right? I mean, just I don't think Caleb Brown was active for this game either. But even if he wasn't a factor. Who cares? I mean,
It wouldn't matter.
it wouldn't matter. I mean, what was I doing not taking under 40.5 in this game? What was I doing? What was I doing not making that play? CD and I both took Penn State minus 14.5. I mean, I would classify it as not a sweat, even though it was 10-0 at halftime. You're like, oh, does Iowa halftime adjustments? I don't think it was a sweat at all.
I
I
think
mean, look,
that
this
I think that real quick, I'm gonna say with the scoring and whatever, I think Penn State was not sweating at all. At all.
no.
At halftime. I don't think they cared one bit that they were only up 10 points. I thought they knew. And they came on and scored 3 straight touchdowns. So they didn't even put in the second half.
Yeah,
And
I will
yeah,
say Iowa's defensive line, I don't think is the absolute weapon that we thought it was going to be, or at least I thought it was going to be entering the season. But they still stopped the run. I don't know that I don't know that people are talking about it enough, but I don't know that Penn State's offensive line is exactly what we thought it was either.
which is frustrating because
Just
they're supposed to be really good and
it's
they have
supposed to
two
be
elite
awesome.
backs. That's the annoying part there. And to help a guy like Drew Alar, it would be really nice to have a really reliable running game for a team like Ohio State, who we saw get run on a little bit, against Notre Dame.
Yeah. I mean, look, credit still goes to Penn State. They absolutely mopped Iowa. I'm sorry. Look, but here's the thing. Iowa is still my favorite to win the Big Ten West at this point.
That's what I was about to say. I'm like, who in the Big Ten West is going to do anything about Iowa? And that's the problem with Kirk Ferentz. And if you're an Iowa fan, you're probably frustrated, like, oh, what's like, why are we so mad? But it doesn't matter. Like, if you're really good at one thing and not making, turnover plays or, letting other teams beat you, you're never going to beat a team like this at this point. But you can win the Big Ten West for one more year until the divisions get messed up and all that stuff happens where you got to shift philosophies. But I mean, Brian Ferentz will be gone by then. But well, hopefully, if you're an Iowa fan, but
The
hopefully,
Big Ten.
hopefully,
Oh, no, here you go.
well, for Brian Ferentz's sake, hopefully he turns it around. I hope he does, but I don't think he will.
Yeah, I got the Big Ten West standings pulled up here.
Don't even
First
tell
place,
me.
Wisconsin at 1-0 in conference. In second place, you have the Northwestern Wildcats with a
Fuck.
1-1 with a 1-1 conference record. Minnesota right there, 1-1 as well in conference. But Iowa and Illinois are both 0-1. And yeah,
Nebraska.
Purdue obviously melon stinky. I mean, but it just that's yeah, the Big Ten, to say the Big Ten West is wide open is an understatement.
Well,
So
and now maybe Wisconsin, a couple weeks removed from that Washington State loss, doesn't look quite as bad because Washington State's a damn good football team.
yeah,
So now they exposed Washington State exposed things of Wisconsin that Iowa will not be able to do offensively. But yeah, like we said, Iowa can win in every game. The rest of their or can win every Big Ten West game, and Penn State. I mean, they got to win, and it was kind of dominant, So good for them. The whiteout, obviously, you knew that was going to happen. Why was this not on Dawson's Diner? Real quick, what was it?
14 and a
What
half.
held you back? Yeah, what held you back?
Iowa defense. That's it. Also, too, like
Yeah, which is fine.
this game in past years has been just weird. Like I think there was like a 41-10 game one year with like Iowa putting up 41 points. I mean, this game's just been weird in the past. And I'm like, I felt weird about it. I should have taken the under, but my only thing was like, then like, what if Penn State just puts up 42 points on their own, right? Like, because
That's the
Iowa's
thing, yeah.
offense. So I learned that last week when I took FAU Clemson under, right? And FAU just gave Clemson the ball in the 30 every time. So it like, of course, the overhit because Clemson hit it themselves, right? So, yeah.